folks, today I'm making mince and tatties. It's a traditional Scottish dish made with mince and tatties. It's very tasty. My version today has a slightly Caribbean twist, although my taste tester doesn't know this. I'm adding some jerk barbecue sauce stuff to it, so we experiment. I like to experiment sometimes with mince and tatties. She doesn't know. So.
Okay folks, first up you need some mince. Now mince to Americans is generally ground beef, and I use however much is in the packet. Then we need some carrots. Okay, fairly obvious thing. Then next comes the tatties. Now tatties are potatoes. Tatties is just a Scottish word for it. Okay. And then comes in the onion. Now you generally need one onion, a couple of carrots, and you also need dogma. Or rather any beer, because I always cook with beer. But Dogma is awesome, it's from Brewdog Brewery. Okay, now chop up at least one onion, a couple of carrots. Okay, peel the carrots first. And then you're going to add some butter to the pan to melt it down. Okay, that's fine. Okay, now we've got the butter in the pan, and we're going to melt it down. High heat would be best, to melt it down quickly. Melty, melty, melty. Anyway, once it's melted, then we're going to add in the onions. Yep, grab a handful of your onions and stick them in there. We're going to brown them off. The butter, it'll change colour. The onions will change colour to yellow first because they're absorbing all the butter. It's going to taste good. It smells good at this point. So basically you're just pan frying the onions. Okay, at this point. Stir it obviously so it doesn't burn to the bottom of the pan. Still a high heat. Still stirring. Notice how they're changing colour. Becoming more golden than yellow. Very little white seen now. And now we're going to get the mince. And when we've got the mince, we're going to stick it in the pan. That's about ready. And here comes the mince. Oh, take off the wrapper to put in the bottom of the mince to absorb the blood. Let's pound it into that pan. Now the reason we do this is to brown off the mince. It's just to seal the flavour in, just like you would with a curry. Okay, now before it browns, I add in a quarter of a stock cube, a beef stock cube. Okay, and it's oxo cubes I'm using just now, but use a quarter of it anyway. And you'll see two there for a reason. But just now we're only using a quarter of one. And we're going to stir that in and brown off the mince. Now that it's browned, I'm going to put some water in there. Okay, just enough to cover it. Okay, well, here we go for the water, and please ignore the peelings in there. I will tidy that up afterwards. Okay, so just enough water to cover. And we're going to bring this to the boil. So stick it back on the oven, on the hob even. Stir it in a bit. And set it to a high heat to bring to the boil. Now we're going to crush in the rest of that stock cube to get more beef flavour in there. Okay. Stir it in a bit. Add in your carrots. All the carrots. They're all going in there. And then add in what's left of your onions. Shouldn't be too many left. Okay, there's no reason for this, that's just how I do it. But there we go. Mix them in. Get them fully covered and mixed in. And believe me folks, this will taste good. Some people leave it like this. They boil this and then bring it to the boil and simmer for the next 30 minutes. But not me. Oh no. I ain't done there. Okie doke. So it's all there, you set it to the boil. And you're going to bring it to the boil. Now as you can see, it's going to boil just nicely here. Oh, that's foam will come to the top, that's okay, that's normal. We're going to bring this away to the boil. And as soon as it boils, you're going to bring it back down in heat to simmering heat. I'm going to leave it to simmer for about half an hour or so. Okay. I'm just going to show you it starting to boil here. For some reason. This is a voiceover, by the way. I'm not doing it live for once because I don't want my neighbours thinking I was mad when I was talking to my food. Plus, this way I could filter out all their shouting and bawling outside. Anyway, as you can see, it's coming to the boil around the edges there. And that's a good sign. So we can now bring it down to simmering heat. Okie dokie, and then we'll go on to making the mashed tatties. Right then. Now, as for the tatties bit, well, you can take about 5 or 6 if you're making for 2 people like I am today. And about that size will do you. Okay, so we peel them, wash them, cut out any eyes and bruises. Okay, and then we're going to quarter them. Like this. So now I've quartered them, I'm going to take some salt and stick it in a pan with water. Fill a pan with water, by the way. And we're going to stick the tatties in there. Now it's round about after I start filling up this pan that I realised my pan was too small, so I changed pans in the next scene, as you'll soon see. But anyway, fill up the pan with water. Okay, and set it to boil. Okay, here we go, see? I've changed the pan, and I've got more tatties in there. And that pan you can keep aside. Because what we're going to do now is take the mince that we've been left to simmer after about 15 minutes, by the way. And we're going to drain it, and drain the fat into the pan there, so we can get a good stock out of what I'm draining. Okay, some people drain all the fat, I drain half the fat. Okay, so we're going to fill the pan up again to just about covering with some cold water, and we're going to crush in the second stock cube, and we're going to add in the gravy granules. They're Bristol gravy granules, doesn't matter what brand you use as long as it's beef. Okay, and then we're going to stir that in. And we're going to stir it in good. I use a good healthy dollop of gravy granules, by the way. Once that's stirred in, it'll thicken up, as you can see. When it starts to get in. Then I'm going to add in some Reggie sauce. Now this stuff's jerk barbecue sauce, and it's made by a Jamaican, so it's Caribbean. That's Caribbean, America, not Caribbean, as you like to fuck up the saying of it. Okay, and then we're going to have a good healthy dollop in there. And we're going to move on to some, and you can see it stirring in there, nice and thick, and that's going to be really tasty. Okay. Now as you can see, the gravy's getting thicker, thicker in there, as we stir it in. It's looking nice and healthy, and really tasty. Okay. And that's what it should look like after a good 10-20 minutes. Really thick, really rich, excuse me, and it'll taste and look good. Okay, now we're moving on to the tatties, and we're boiling them off. And the way you can tell a tatty is ready to mash is if you take a fork like that and just poke it in. If the fork goes through easily, then it's ready. If there's some resistance, then don't bother, boil it for some longer time. Okay. And here I'm stabbing it several times, and they're ready. So I'm going to drain the tatties and stick them back in the pan. Just like so. So that's them drained. Going to get your masher to mash it in, and some butter. I'm going to stick in a heap of butter. I like to use a lot of butter, it makes them really creamy. Okay, so we're going to see a lot of butter going here as I get my knife. Okay, here we go, down with the camera, and there's a lot of butter in there, and we're mashing it in, really mashing it in. It's going to take I mean, I'm going to give it a good pounding here. I'm doing quite well for holding it one-handed here. But you really want to mash this in and get it nice and creamy. Okay. And as you can see, it's all coming together quite well, or quite easily. I'm not forcing it in, it's going very easily. And this is making me hungry again, watching this. It really is, because that was a damn tasty meal, as you'll find out at the end. Okie doke. There we go, some mashing of tatties, all coming together now. Into one nice big ball, quite easily clumping together. On to the next one. This is what mashed tatties looks like when it's ready. Really smooth. And here's the mince itself. Ready. Been going away at a really low heat, and they're both ready. And here it is on the plate. Mince and tatties. There we go. Plenty left over for later, and I will be having that for lunch, I can tell you now, because that's feckin' tasty. And now we're going to go over to Mum.
So, your first taste of this mince and tatties. For the viewers. And on your drunken ramblings. There you go, folks. Mince and tatties with a Caribbean twist.
Okay, folks, another angle here because I'm lying on my bed now while I'm editing this. And there you have it, mince and tatties. It was a bra meal, so it was. Really fucking tasty. Anyway, folks, shortbread will have to come another time. And I'm sorry this is so late in coming to you because I kind of got drunk after I went for a pint on that really sunny Friday last weekend. Ended up being a 3-day drinking binge. Anyway, folks, see ya.